Hi Stephen, really great session on Tuesday night, pal. Really starting to see some really nice progression from sort of lesson one onwards. We've in the last session we actually touched on something that we did something in the first session, maybe just a little bit of refresh. Obviously I appreciate we've gone through quite a lot in the last few sessions, so sometimes you just need checking on some stuff. If we just look on the left hand side here, we talked in the first lesson about how to keep sort of, if you think loosely around keeping the head steady, keeping the upper half stable, how you've got to turn, extend and tilt in equal measure to keep your head inside that box. If we have a look at this swing, we can just see that whereas there's a lot of good stuff going on, we just needed to check what was going on back there. So if we have a look, obviously I've put the box around your head to give you a decent visual. You can see, a very low, wide takeaway. The head level drops slightly and then moves quite considerably over to the right hand side. And at the start of this session we were hitting a lot of thin shots. Like with the wedge, it wasn't as good as we've been seeing. And obviously that's going to cause quite a few issues from there. So what we talked earlier on in the session about keeping the pressure under that right arm to stop the right arm coming away from the body. You see here straight away, you can see this gap opening up here, which isn't really what we want to see. And obviously as we see straight away, you can see your spine is still flexed forward, so you're still in the original flex position that you set up. So if you think at setup when your spine is flexed forward maybe, I don't know, 30 degrees, and then as we swing back, you've got rotation, you've got the left tilt to your spine, and also the extension, so the up and down movement that we talked about. And you can clearly see here we're missing that extension here. We'd want to see more this sort of look to your spine rather than this one here. So what we did was we did a couple of drills, and one of them was quite simple. Obviously just standing there with the cane next to your head and you feeling as though you were going to try and almost move your head towards the target in your backswing, which gave you that feel of left tilting and also extending your spine on the way back. If we have a look at Charlie in the middle, just start back, you can see the left tilt there with the shoulders, the left shoulder moving down. Obviously you can see there's a lot of rotation going on, and then the only way to keep the head in the same position there is also to extend. So if we have a look at the two positions, you can see here, straight up, straight down with the spine. And if we have a look at yourself here on the left hand side, you can see the spine leaning away from the target. And obviously we know from what we've talked about what kind of issues that can give you. I have to apologise a little bit for the camera angle on this right hand side, it wasn't my best work. But you can still see fairly easily what we were talking about. So as we start back, a little bit of movement to the right, but a lot better. Still want you to really keep up the pressure under that right arm. We talked about, you can see it from a different angle really, how as soon as the right arm comes away from the body, the club gets lifted up and away and outside the swing line. Okay, so the path starts going out straight away, club face gets very shut, so I just wanted to keep a check on that. But if we just compare the two, you can see a nice big turn. It's more straight up, straight down. You'll be using the hips a lot better here as well. You can see a little bit more flex in this left knee and straightening of the right leg, which is something we worked on in that first session. So that's a lot better. What we really need to work on here is, like I say, it's just getting the turn and the tilt and the extension all in equal measure, and that'll keep your head inside that box. That one there, your head's just lifting up a little bit. That just means we need a little bit more left tilt in there, so more of that feel of getting your head going towards the target will get the spine tilting more to the left. But because you're extending and turning, it all offsets each other and helps to keep the head stable in one position. So like I said, you know, don't be afraid to record yourself when you're practicing. You just, you know, grab a friendly passerby. You've got an iPhone, it's easy enough to record. If you ever need me to check anything, just give me a call. It's not a problem. I'm quite regularly sat on the backside doing nothing in the shop, so it's not a problem if you want to do that. So just a quick summary. Holding onto that pressure point under your right arm, just keep the right arm in check a little bit more. Excuse me. And then you're thinking more left tilt in the backswing. So for you, that feel was to get the head moving towards the target, which would get you leaning what feels more like to the left, but it's actually not moving you off at all. Great work, Stephen. I look forward to the next session. Bye bye for now.